some of the secrets of the universe that have to do with balance, happiness, and having a good, happy life with a good image. I know many people who have very happy lives, which means that you don't have to have a good image to have a happy life. However, it is kind of a nice thing to have along with it. And that's actually been one of the things that young people look at holistic doctors that look a little bit like washed out leftover hippies and you know, long stringy hair, and it's unhealthy, and they're vegetarians or vegans, and nothing wrong with that, except that they just don't have a great front cover to them. And so this is the nice thing about Dr. Lee, is that not only does she have a balance, and for those of you who are just tuning in, our guest is Dr. Lee from Arizona Laser and Skin, and also the creator and co-host with me on the Ageless Living show, which is going to be right after the show today. So Dr. Lee is joining us today, and again, I'm just sharing with our audience what I have loved about working with Dr. Lee in my own personal life, and watching with others what she's been able to do. She literally does transformations with people internally, externally, nutritionally. Everything about them becomes happier. They should change the name of AZ Laser and Skin, which, by the way, the website is azmdlaser.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if you go to that website, you'll be able to find more about the direct services. But some of the services that aren't exactly listed on the front page, you should go a little bit into deeper. Dr. Lee is also an acupuncturist and a holistic doctor. So she is full of a wealth of information that is not normally found in your normal med spa. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit, Dr. Lee?
Sure. I think people look good. They need to look good from inside out.
Mm-hmm.
So that inside includes usually health and also happiness. And the outside is actually the easy part.
It is. It is quite easy, and people work so hard at it, thinking that the easy part is the hard part. Yeah. So that's what I absolutely love about Arizona Laser and Skin, is that when you go there, you get a holistic approach. And here's one of your indicators, and we're going to talk about this more on Ageless Living, but here's one of the indicators that Arizona Laser and Skin is such a wonderful place, is that if somebody comes in and asks for too much of something, even though they could pad their wallet a little bit, they come in and ask for too much Botox, they come in and ask for too much surgery too soon, they actually turn them down and ask them to come back later, or ask them to tone it down, even though their wallet could be padded more if they would actually give more treatment. It's both the artisan approach as well as protecting your own interests. They are artisans, and they want you to look the very best you can, and not to look like some piece of plastic.
Absolutely. We have had people really loving Botox, and they happily choose Botox very frequently or in large amounts.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of talk to them into, why don't you try a little less? And you maybe have a little bit taste. That's just one example. Same thing, overdoing certain treatments, laser or surgery, may not be the most beneficial thing for the client. And we try to present those situations to them so they can get better nutrition.
Absolutely. And if you're one of the poor victims out there, because the thing is, looking beautiful, whether you're trying to look handsome as a man or you're trying to look beautiful as a woman, it can get a little bit addictive. And as an addict, you come in asking for more and more and more, and they're the ones that will, put their hand over the wine glass, so to speak, and say, no more tonight, and we'll wait for the right time. So the point is that when you get there, they really do look at you as a wonderful piece of art, that they want you to look the most beautiful that you can look. They also, even though sometimes it's a little bit rough, you've had people who have kind of been the damaged cases from other places, where you come in and kind of help them improve, where they really do, the face looks frozen in place, and it's a little bit like stone rivers. What do you do when somebody comes in like that?
Well, I'm fortunate to have a wonderful surgeon as my partner.
Mm-hmm.
For cases like surgery,
Mm-hmm.
consultations, or unsatisfactory results, My partner, Jose Roberto, would be wonderful help. But there are other situations, like people got burned over laser treatment, scars left, and communications left. We have all the technology, and we have the technology to help with them.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll give you an example. I actually had a little bit of damage to my face yesterday. Won't go into detail today on all the reasons, but she actually shot over to kind of herbal remedies for me. And I just have to share, for example, it's okay if I share them? Alright, so my face was very red, and she told me to put cucumber on my face, and so I actually, you know, it was late at night when I got home, and I thought, okay, well, so I stopped by at Safeway, grabbed some cucumber, I just broke it open and rubbed it all over my face. Within 5 minutes, the redness disappeared. And, you know, yeah, I mean, she could have charged me a ton of money for some kind of major topical solution for $80 that she could give me, but, you know, why not have an 80-cent cucumber?
It goes like the natural remedies, a lot of them, they not only work, they're very safe, and they cost a lot less.
A lot less, 80 cents versus $80. I think it works. I'm game for that. And then also, here's something else that maybe she doesn't want me to share, that it kind of grossed me out a little bit. But the other treatment that she said was put egg white on your face. And it had the whole explanation. She emailed it over. So this is the kind of service that you get, that is just this free advice that she gave. To take egg whites. So I just cracked open an egg, separated the yolk out, and took the egg whites, took a cloth, and then rubbed it all over my face. And, you know, the whole time, I'm a person who doesn't like the consistency of eggs, right? But, you know, I stomached my revulsion, and put it on my face. And I thought it would be all sticky and icky feeling. Within about 60 seconds, it had dried and it turned into a real mask.
That's right.
And
Natural mask.
yeah, and it actually said in the explanation that she sent over that it would be skin tightening. And I thought, well, you know, I've never done a mask before. That's what women do, right? So I thought, well, what the heck? So I put it on my face, and it was amazing that it did. It was that mask where I felt like I can't talk to you. Because you know, when my wife says, "Don't make me laugh and talk," I might crack my mask. I kind of have that feeling. And I thought, once again, you know, an 80-cent solution versus, I don't know what masks cost, but I mean, some of them probably are a little bit of a pretty penny. So again, it moved my face even to that next level. So even though my face made look not exactly perfect today, because it did have some damage yesterday, it looks so much better. I'm presentable on the show today, whereas yesterday probably wouldn't have been presentable. So anyway, she worked her little miracle. It was holistic, and it cost me, you know, all of $1.30 or something like that. So these are the types of things that you get at Arizona Laser and Skin that you do not get at another med spa. They're not out there to make money. They're out there just to give you what works, and to give you really, really good advice. So when we come back from break, it looks like it's time for break again. But when we come back from break, I'm going to give a few little health tips of things that have been able to help me, because I actually have lost a net of about 80 pounds over the last 3 or 4 years. I actually lost them all in about 9 months, and then have been able to keep them off for the last 3 years. So we're going to talk a little bit about my experience and some of the things that I have been able to have that may not get aired on the Ageless Living Show, because we're just going to be jam-packed with so many other things. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that and how that would integrate well, and how my own life changed as a result of losing those 80 pounds, and how your life might be able to change as well. So if you fall into any of those categories, have any desire to lose weight, and want to know that it can be painless, and the strategy sometimes is eat more, lose more. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, stay tuned. This is Kurt Wilhelm, your host of the Social Universe here on World Talk Radio in North America, and we'll be right back after the break.